Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Hearthstone. I started recording this episode too close to finishing the last one. I should have taken a break, had a drink, caught my breath. I'm stumbling over saying, hey everybody.
Anduin versus Uther.
I'm getting stuck into the priest role,
The light shall
which
bring victory.
isn't going to help me with my paladin victories, but whatever it takes to get the standard, to just get the 5 tavern wins will be good enough for me. I'll go play a paladin game by myself in ranked mode. Well, not by myself, I'll just play in ranked mode. So you want the Balm Salvo the first attack, because it actually saves you on some damage. And then this, I'll throw out first turn, why not? That double zaps, and I kinda needed that to happen. So I can do this next turn.
Shields off. Red
One,
alert.
Stupid assassinate card. How can you play a 5-mana card on this like third turn?
In the light's name.
Job's done.
So I very well may get assassinated here. Stupid assassinate card. I can't see myself ever being a part of Extra Life or anything like that. Certainly things could change. Certainly a group of YouTubers might say, we want you in our fold, come play Extra Life and stream it, and all of that. I could see that, but it just gets me right back to the same problems of streaming. The reason I don't stream that is, like, I go to the bathroom a lot. Too much, unhealthily too much. And so, without somebody actually physically in my house, or me physically in someone else's house, to tag team that, I just don't, I don't see how that's gonna happen. I would burn out my voice and my fingers really quickly, so the concept of streaming for a very long time doesn't really make sense. Can I do this? Not yet, but let's do it anyway. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. So yeah, there's just a lot of logistics there. A lot of just thought processes that I don't see myself being able to get around. And as for the actual charity thing, I haven't really investigated. Like, I think you pick your own charity, so the danger in any charitable giving is that a lot of these charities don't do anything like what they pretend like they do. They are there to raise awareness for breast cancer, but none of the... Oh, I screwed that up. I should have healed him. They're there to raise awareness for breast cancer, but then they actually don't do any research or donate to any medical needs of people with breast cancer. So it's just like, so really all the money goes to paying the people to run that charity and advertise that charity, and that's it. Which there should be some sort of law against that. I mean, it's misrepresentation, it's fraudulent. the problem with fraud in general is it's just this ever-growing snake eating its own tail, and there's always going to be the next scheme that skirts the law and still is technically legal right now because there's no law directly forbidding it, but let's see. But if people really realized that they were giving money to it. So I'd have to research that, and honestly, if people want to give, they shouldn't give just because of a stupid video game YouTuber streaming. They should give all the time, and they should give regularly. It's what happens even when you give to like the Red Cross in the middle of a crisis is that there's just more money there that potentially can that gets lost in the crowd and can get lost in other ways. Okay. So I have to attack here. I don't want to, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna leave this here and hope he doesn't do an assassinate. And he doesn't. Good. So if he's got some double attacks now, play them now. I did Millhouse Mana Storm. Just double my attack. What the heck? What the heck are you doing? I don't know why he's playing that way, but it seems like it might win. We've gotten very lucky. We've gotten very, very lucky here. Here. Healed him. Healed him. 32 here. 4 here. And end the turn. I have to remember I'm the priest. It's my job to keep him alive. While we do this next 5. These next 15.
Reporting for duty.
Damage. He's got nothing. We know he's got nothing. If unfortunately he didn't have enough attack. This, and then this, and then I need to kill this guy and hope for an assassination instead of hitting him. If he does salvo and he hits him, we've lost. If he assassinates him, we're alright, and if he does double zap, we've lost. I can't do anything else. We've lost.
I am sorry.
He screwed up. He screwed up in his placement of power-ups. If he had just powered up my character and put all the gamble on my guy to get all of the attack, then double my attack, then he would have gotten it done. I don't know if he was trying to play some strategy to keep us balanced, to avoid an assassinate. I don't know.
With honor.
But as far as I figured, the assassinate card is just kind of a roulette. It's like Russian roulette. It's just gonna happen. You can't really plan or play for it. It's just gonna be random craziness. So yeah, I don't. Anyways, back to the conversation. Yeah, I don't see myself doing marathons in general and charity things. Like, you don't need to go through me to do a charity thing. I don't need to be involved in that. If I was going to say do a charity thing, I'd say just go pick out your favorite charity that you love and donate to it after researching it, making sure that they're actually spending the money where it belongs. Red Cross would be my first go-to thought, is that Red Cross heals people, and so it's kind of hard to argue against that unless you just don't care about people. Then you could try some of these local shelter things. Local shelters probably you could keep a better eye on and see what they're doing versus I think some of the big name ones that you would recognize really don't do that good of a job as far as helping animals. And if you don't care about people or animals, well gee, you'd be like an environmentalist, and then you've got to convince people to stop doing whatever they're doing to destroy the environment. In a lot of ways, though, just for some real talk here, because I'm all about real talk, I suppose. At least I'm a little bit about it. Don't donate to anything. If I sat down and looked at 99.99% of every single person on the planet's finances, I could point out to you that you are not as rich as you think and you should be saving more money. It's the 1% is actually the 0.01% really, as far as people that are just super rich and can live off their money for the rest of their life. For everybody else, life is financially a struggle. It will just always be financially a struggle. And you should take that into consideration and save for yourself. Because, yeah, I'm sure you're feeling good when you want to donate to things right now, but it quickly changes.
Summoning portal open.
From my own personal experience, I went from buying a house, buying a car, and having 2 dogs to the house falling to pieces and costing me $10,000 or $20,000 in repairs, the car getting totaled, and the dogs becoming sick, and me no longer being able to afford to take care of them, so I had to give them away. And that was all through the course of like 2 years. So if I had not bought the house and saved the money, I would have saved thousands and thousands of dollars. If I had not gotten the dogs in the first place, I would have saved myself that heartbreak. And I don't think I particularly got the dogs for the best of reasons, because I was just frustrated with my job and lonely, and probably a terrible reason that getting a pet because you're lonely doesn't usually work that well. If he could just play Millhouse Manastorm, please. I can
In
do
the
this.
light's name.
I can do this if he just plays Millhouse Mana Storm.
Form ranks!
Get something powerful here. We've got that. So, yeah. There hasn't been a single time that I've donated money that it doesn't come back and make me feel like I shouldn't have done that. Just honestly. And yeah, that sounds super like greedy and crazy, but it's just the truth of how I feel. If he double zaps, we're gonna lose. If he bomb salvos, we're gonna lose actually. Next turn, I could double this guy's his life up quite a lot. Heal me, 2. So, yeah, it's great to give to charities, but charity starts at home, and realizing that you're poor is kind of the first step to just turning around and doing the right thing financially. The sad truth is that there's just not enough money to go around, and there never will be. And you potentially making yourself suffer or die even doesn't turn around and solve anything. 3 attack there. And let's see. That. And that. And that. So do I want to double this guy's attack right now? No, because I think that would be a mistake. Let's go ahead and attack here. And then do this. And then do just this.
Reporting for duty.
I think that's gonna work, but overclock to 10. We need 2 heals here.
Form ranks!
Heal me too. There we go. This player finally knows how to play. Panda Man 42. This is so necessary for just partners to actually work together in Hearthstone. It's a definitely. We lucked out. So all I need to do is this. And then this. And that's 48. And we've got that victory. What did I do with my phone? Why did I put it up there? Let's see. So we've been playing for 19 minutes and we've got no quests to do. So let's play just like 1 priest victory or 2. See if we can get to level 55 and then we'll call it an episode. But yeah. But to expand, and this is kind of the advice nobody will ever tell you in a lot of ways, but every single time I've been in a scenario where I've been the nice guy,
The light
it
shall
has
bring victory.
not brought any feeling of satisfaction, really. Well, there's the initial feeling of satisfaction, obviously, and you feel like you're doing a good thing. But once I've started thinking about it, because I'm a pretty logical person, I've realized it hasn't helped me at all in my life, and it's been just a dumb mistake. I was running a different business, and one of my clients accidentally put the date into a check
One day
field
I'll be a real
instead
knight.
of the amount. So they owed me like a few bucks, and they put a date in there that was around like $30,000. And the way this whole organization was set up, then it was filled out by a secretary, then handed over to two treasuries of a committee, treasurers. So this check was signed by like two people and filled out by a third, and it all got approved. Now, legally speaking, if somebody gives you a check for an amount, there's no justification. There doesn't have to be any justification whatsoever. That money is yours. That's as good as cash. So, legally speaking, I had every right to go cash that check and take the money and run. And if I had done that, that would have been by far way more money than that business ever made. That business didn't make any money. It was just me wasting my time trying to grow a business. Not that this business really has made money, but in a lot of ways this business has made more money with a lot less investment in items to sell and inventory and equipment. Although equipment's kind of, yeah, still. So legally, yeah, I should have taken that check and cashed it, and I regret it totally. Pretty much about once a month. I won't say every day of my life and be cliche, but about once a month I come back and think to myself, I super regret not cashing that check. But no, I was the nice guy. I took it back to them. I stamped it voided and took it back to them. Now, I do want to point out the caveat. If the government overpays you, do not cash that check, because that is a felony. But if any other entity besides the government writes you a check for any amount and overpays you, you have no obligation whatsoever to not cash that check or anything like that. In fact, in a lot of experiences, the way things work these days is they won't even find their mistake out until you cash the check, so you are actually going to help them. I mean, this is the kind of arguments you hear in court all the time. It's like, I figured they'd find their mistake the faster I cashed it when you do that for government things, but it actually is the case too. So cashing the check is the right move unless it's a government thing. Very specifically, if it's a government thing, do not cash that check. Which people have gotten in trouble because they had direct deposit, and then the government overpays them through direct deposit, and it's not even some action they took on it. But anyways, to get back to the story, I voided the check, I gave it back to them, and I figured they'd say thank you, they'd try to say like, this guy's such a great guy, he could have really screwed us over. I got in a conversation with them and I said, well, that probably would have bounced anyways, and they go, no, it wouldn't have bounced. That would have totally cleared. And that is one thought, is the check would just bounce, and then you would cause them a bounce check fee, which, whatever, that's not your fault. But it might irritate them to not pay the real amount they need. So there's a thought there, but I wasn't thinking along those lines. But I figured they'd do something. Honestly, I figured they'd give me some kind of monetary reward. Like, here's $100. Here's you didn't take the 30,000. Here's 100. Here's 50. Here's $10. We'll give a tip. We'll say thank you in some form or fashion. And they did not do diddly. Possibly they didn't want to admit or make it public that they had gone so terribly and mishandled finances so terribly that they could have made out that check like that. Which, you know, that is a valid argument to make. That was just terrible accounting. That check should have hit red flags. It should have been researched. It should never been signed. For so many people to just sign off and not investigate it. And it's worth mentioning that when I was running this business, I was barely like 19 years old. So, and they knew that. They knew who I was. So they're saying, we're going to give this 19, 20-year-old $30,000. Like, what in the world? The paranoid me would certainly say, maybe this whole thing was just a scam. Maybe they intentionally did it so they could try to see if they could throw me in jail or something. I don't know how they could have done that, but I don't know. That's what it seems so suspicious that such dumb mistakes would have been made. That it seems like a setup. Because I love to look gift horses in the mouth, basically, is what I'm saying there, but anyways, they didn't do it, and I regret it. I regret it so much more because they didn't reward me in anything. They didn't even say thank you, really. Maybe they did say thank you in one sentence, but they didn't send a card. They didn't do anything. If I accidentally filled out a check for $30,000 to somebody and they didn't cash it, I would send them a card. I'd give them a reward. In Japan, it's legally required to give like a 10% reward if you lose your wallet. So, if people have like a checkbook in it too, that's like 10% of their entire checking account can be sued if you don't give a big enough reward. That they are so about manners in Japan that's an interesting thing. Yeah, that was actually interesting because recently there was a video of little kids picking up wallets that, like, it was a hidden camera show, and lady would drop a wallet and these little 1-2-year-olds would pick it up and hand it to them. And I'm like, well, of course they're gonna pick it up and hand it back to them, because one, little kids don't usually steal people's wallets or know what to do if they did steal somebody's wallet, and two, in Japan they are legally required to give a reward. And then I was very surprised when the hidden camera show didn't show the lady give them some kind of something. I mean, you could probably get away with giving a little kid just like a few yen, like $10 or something, and there's $100 in the wallet, or there's $1,000 in the wallet, or a checkbook in the wallet. There might be millions of dollars. But yeah, that's just right in their belief system, and it's kind of in my belief system too. You should be rewarded for doing good things. Oh shoot! I was just rewarded for my own stupidity there. But yeah, not in America. People are greedy. I'm greedy too, but I mean, I wasn't greedy enough, obviously, in this story. I should have been a lot more greedy. I should have cashed that check. Wow. You wouldn't hear me complaining about not having games if I had cashed that check. You wouldn't have to sit through me not having a good computer through the Talos principle if I had cashed that check.
Thank you.
Maybe I wouldn't have been super motivated to do some of the things I'm doing now, but
Fine.
oops, I should have summoned that first.
Feel my pain.
But if I had cashed that check, things would have been a lot different. I probably would have been ostracized from my community, and people would have probably been very mad at me. But you know what? My community sucks, obviously. So I would gladly, in retrospect, have traded that. Well, anyways, that's a bitter story from a bitter old man. And we went up a level. So we are at 5305, but I suspect 3500 of this is going to go away. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe the wings are a little bit more expensive in this new solo adventure when it comes out. To balance out the fact that there's 4. I'm waiting until they come out with the cards. When the cards, they've already shown all the cards, but when the cards get integrated into an update and I can come in here and see them, we'll go through them all as a video, and maybe that will be right when it comes out, maybe it won't be. Let's see, can we even buy the explorers? No, it's not even mentioned yet. And we don't have any new heroes either. Latest expansion, Grand Tournament, regular cards, and Goblins vs. Gnomes. Alright. So it's a shame we weren't able to do more arena runs. Hopefully we were able to rebuild and be over our 5,000 limit really fast, and then we can get back to arena runs. Anywho, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. Let me know what you would have done. I mean, let me hear down in the comments what the justification is. Somebody gives you a check for services rendered. You actually did something. They overpay you by $30,000. They owed you like $3. But do you cash that and take it as a tip? Do you cash it and take the money as a run and you don't worry about how you justify it? Or do you give it back? And let me know how you react when you give it back and you get no thank you whatsoever. Because that's what really happened to me. Certainly we know the scenarios, giving the money back and being rewarded. That's what you want to happen. That's what you expect to happen. And certainly we know what would probably happen if you took the money and run. That there would be some trouble, but in the end, even if they sued you, they wouldn't get a dime out of it. So let me know what you think there. Also, click on my name Rydo, and because I didn't cash that check, quite literally, the #1 mistake in my life is because I didn't cash that check. And so now I need you to click on my name Rydo, go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click that, make a donation. I would never return a donation if you overpaid. I don't think I have the capability to do that through YouTube. So be sure, but then YouTube has like a maximum of $100 too. But yeah, I'm not looking that gift horse in the mouth again. So if somebody does want to donate mass quantities of money to me, I will certainly take it, I will certainly use it, and I will certainly say thank you. I'll say thank you publicly. I'll appreciate it. Also, though, down below in the description box are all the links to social media sites, so follow and friend me on all of those things. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.